Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to study equation of continuity. Let me tell you about myself. I am Dr. Saurabh Zugolkar. I am the course coordinator for transport phenomena for final year chemical engineering. Now I'll be starting with certain guidelines that you have to make sure that you have got something to write upon. The PowerPoint presentation has got a recorded voice. Please use headset for better voice quality. Make sure you have the latest update of care guidelines. That is, you have to wash your hands regularly, avoid contact or unnecessary exposure to any person. While coughing or sneezing, make sure you are placing a flexed elbow or using a disposable tissue, and keep monitoring about your health, and if some symptoms are there, consult your family doctor. So we'll start with equation of continuity. Now, equation of continuity is basically a mass balance. Mass balance we have already considered, we have already studied, that is the mass in and mass out would be equal to the accumulation, and if there is no mass accumulated, then it will be equal to 0. Now consider a finite element or a control volume of a fluid of dimension delta x, that is, this is delta x, this is delta y, and this is delta z, right? So consider a finite volume element or control volume having dimension delta x, delta y, and delta z. Now it is filled with a fluid having density rho, and it has got a velocity of vx, vy, and vz in x, y, and z direction respectively. Now we take a complete mass balance. So for this particular finite element, whatever rate of mass in minus rate of mass out will be equal to rate of increase or decrease of mass in that element. I hope you get it, that whatever the mass that is coming in minus mass that is going out, it will be equal to the rate of either the mass will increase if the rate of mass in is more, or it will decrease if the rate of mass out is more, right? So first RHS, that is the rate of increase or decrease of mass. Now how it can be done? It can be done at delta x into delta y into delta z. This is basically the volume into density will give us mass, that is the mass equal to volume into density, right? So if now if you have to calculate the rate of increase or decrease of mass, it will be volume, that is delta x, delta y, and delta z, and it is changing with the volume will remain constant, however the density will change with time. Hence the complete term is delta x, delta y, delta z into del rho by del t. Please see that we are standing at one position and observing the entire system. Hence, we are seeing a partial differential, partial time derivative here, right? So this becomes RHS. Now, there are basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 surfaces for this control volume. One would be X surface, that is the surface behind actually this surface from where the particular, consider this surface which is at the back, which is not visible. This is the X surface. This surface would be X plus delta X surface. So if we have to find out what is the mass that is coming in the from the x surface, the rate of mass in at x surface will be equal to rho into Vx. Rho into Vx, this basically signifies the density and the x component of velocity, right? If you find out its unit, it is kg per cubic meter into velocity is what? Meter per second, right? Into delta y delta z. This is the area, that is the area of x surface, that it is equal to delta y, I mean this length, into delta z, which is this. So this is meter square, right? So this x means this is the rho Vx at x surface, right? So if you see meter cube will get cancelled, so it will be rate kg per second. uh, having known the units, it will be easier for us if we have to cross check if a particular equation we are deriving it properly or not. For there should be a consistency of units throughout, right? So whenever you are deriving something, please make sure whatever the terms that you are writing, it should be consistent enough. So rate of mass in at x surface will be equal to rho Vx at x into delta y delta z. Similarly, rate of mass out at x plus delta x surface means this basic surface from where these three arrows are coming out, right? So this surface will be rho Vx at x plus delta x into delta y delta z. So same will be there for y surface and y plus delta y surface, and z surface and z plus delta z surface. So mass is going to, we are assuming that mass is coming in from three surfaces, that is x surface, y surface and z surface, whereas mass is going out from again three surfaces which are opposite to the first three surfaces, that is x plus delta x surface, y plus delta y surface and z plus delta z surface. So rho Vx at x minus rho Vx at x plus delta x. Please pardon my handwriting over here, upon delta x, and we have taken limit x tending to 0. This will be equal to minus of del by del x rho Vx. Correct? So on the similar lines, there will be del by del y of rho Vy and del by del z of rho Vz. Correct? So this particular equation can be termed in terms of the divergence, that del rho by del t would be equal to minus del of rho v. I hope that is clear. Now we are going to solve this particular equation A. Now how to solve it? the minus sign will remain out, and we are going to open up this bracket of rho Vx, correct? So it will be rho into del V by del X plus rho into del V by del Y, del V by del Y plus rho into del Vz by del Z plus Vx del rho by del X plus Vy del rho by del Y plus Vz del rho by del Z, right? So bringing the terms Vx del rho by del X, Vy del rho by del Y, Vz del rho by del Z to LHS, we'll see the negative sign will convert into positive, and you will get this term, correct? And which will be equal to minus rho del Vx by del X plus rho del Vy by del Y plus rho del Vz by del Z. Here you'll take rho outside, and it will be minus rho into del dot V. Now this, whereas the LHS term, we have already discussed that it is a substantial time derivative of rho, correct? Wherein we find out this is the we have already discussed this, that this is the individual velocity of the fluid in x direction, y direction and z direction, and how rho is changing with time. Hence it will be a substantial time derivative, and it will be equal to minus del dot minus rho of del dot v. This is the equation of continuity in substantial time derivative form. Now, one thing you have to understand is we have taken this in Cartesian coordinate system, that is x, y, and z. Similarly, similar to Cartesian coordinate system, there is cylindrical coordinate system and polar coordinate, spherical polar coordinate system, right? So these are the equations for cylindrical coordinate system, equation of continuity for cylindrical coordinate system, and equation of continuity for spherical polar coordinate system. Now we'll come to equation of motion. Now, similar to the equation of mass, similar to the mass balance that we have taken in equation of continuity, here we are going to consider equation of motion. We are going to consider the momentum that is coming in and going out, and it will be a result that the momentum would either increase or decrease in the control volume. So consider a finite element of fluid with dimension delta x, delta y, delta z, having a density rho, having velocity vx, vy and vz in x, y and z direction respectively. So momentum balance over the finite element, it will be rate of momentum in minus rate of momentum out plus external forces acting, that is the momentum because of the external forces, that is gravity, right? It can be pressure as well, but gravity and pressure, if we take, this becomes modified form of equation of motion, which is the Navier-Stokes equation. So for this we are going to just consider external forces as gravity. So it will be equal to rate of increase or decrease of momentum. Now if you have to find out what is the rate of increase or decrease of momentum, again similar to equation of motion, it will be product of the volume of the control element and the rate of change of momentum in the control volume, that is rho into Vx, correct? So the external forces, that the momentum in because of the external forces, that is gravity, it is given by rho into Gx. This is the x component of the gravity, this is density, and this is the volume, right? So this again gives us the momentum because of the momentum in because of the external forces. Now if you have to calculate rate of momentum in at x surface, suppose phi x is the momentum that is coming in at x surface, it will be multiplied by delta y by delta z, because this is the momentum in per unit time per unit area. So delta x at x into delta y by delta z. Again similar to it, the finite element has got a delta x, delta y and delta z. So it will be there. Rate of momentum out at delta x plus delta x surface will be equal to phi of x at x plus delta x into delta y by delta z. Similarly, we'll have to find out – now here we are just considering the momentum which is due to flow in x direction, that is Vx, correct? So we have to find, so there will be again a similar equation where we'll have to find out rate of increase or decrease of momentum due to flow in y direction. Again, rate of increase or decrease of momentum due to flow in z direction. So there will be three sets of equation which will be there for x direction, y direction and z direction. So here we are just considering about x direction, right? Even for x direction there will be some momentum which will be coming in at x surface, some momentum which will go out at x plus delta x surface. Again, due to the velocity in x direction there will be some momentum, that is shear stress, that will be coming in y direction. So rate of momentum in at y surface will, there will be something there, surface there will also be there. So rate of momentum in at y surface is phi of yx. Now what is this phi of yx? This second subscript represents the principal direction of motion, that is in x direction, and first subscript describes the uh, direction of momentum transferred. So phi of yx signifies that due to the fluid flow in x direction, what is the momentum transferred in y direction. So at y surface obviously the momentum that is transferred in y direction you'll have to take into account, but it is due to x direction of flow. So rate of momentum at y surface will be equal to phi of yx at y into del x by del z. Similarly, rate of momentum out at y plus delta y surface, it will be equal to phi of yx at y plus delta y into delta x delta z. Similarly, rate of momentum in at z surface. So here again, what is the momentum due to fluid flow in x direction that is transferred in z direction? So that's why it is phi of zx, right? Again I'll repeat, this is the what phi of zx is, momentum that is transferred in z direction due to the fluid flow velocity, due to the fluid flow in x direction, correct? So phi of zx into delta x delta y. Similarly, rate of momentum out at z plus delta z surface, it will be equal to phi of zx at z plus delta z into del x del y, correct? So once we are done with all these equations, what we are going to do here, it is delta x delta y delta z del by del t of rho into vx. This is equal to phi xx at x delta y delta z minus phi xx at x plus delta x into delta y delta z plus phi of yx at y into del x by del z into del x into del z minus phi of yx at y plus delta y delta x delta z plus phi of zx at z into delta x delta y minus phi of zx plus z plus delta z at z plus delta z into del x del y plus rho gx delta y delta x delta z, right? So these are just these are, we collected all the terms that we have discussed above and we put it in the equation of momentum balance basically. So this is your term for accumulation of momentum, that is rate of increase or decrease of momentum, and these are all the inputs of momentum in the surface, and these are all the outputs, hence they are in negative from the surface. Whereas this is the momentum in due to the gravity, right? Now similar to equation of continuity, we are going to divide both sides by delta x delta y delta z and taking limits x tends to 0, y tends to 0 and z tends to 0. Again, similar to equation of continuity, we'll get del by del t of rho into Vx will be equal to minus del by del x of phi xx plus del by del y of phi yx plus del by del z of phi zx plus rho in rho into gx. Similar to the equation of continuity, the same formula we are going to use it. This minus sign, what does this signify? It signifies that since here it is minus term, that's why to check that we have taken this here as minus, right? So in terms of, this is the change of momentum in x direction, right? Similarly for y direction there will be there, and similarly for z direction there will be similar equation. So these three are principal equation of motion in x, y and z direction respectively. Do it yourself. There is an assignment for you that you have to derive the equation of continuity and motion by writing all the assumptions and nomenclature with neat well labeled diagram and explanation. You can use uh, two books that I have used for gathering all the data. First is Transport Phenomena by Bird, Stewart and Lightfoot, and another one is Introduction to Transport Phenomena by Bodhraj. Right? So you can use both these books to find out the details or the specific assumptions that we have discussed, and write it in a neat well labeled write the entire derivation with neat well labeled diagram and with explanation. Any queries, you can contact me. These are my details. You can contact me directly on the cell phone, or you can email me for any specific detailed queries. Thank you.